At 1400 hours on May 16, 1940, Captain Pierre Billotte sat inside a 28-ton steel box at the edge of the village of Stonne, France, and watched the German army flood through the Ardennes like a tide that no one had prepared for. He was 34 years old. His tank, a Char B1 bis, hull designation Eure, was one of the most heavily armored vehicles on Earth. 60 millimeters of steel plate, a 47 millimeter hull-mounted gun, a 75 millimeter howitzer in the turret. It should have been invincible. But the problem was simple. The French line had collapsed. His regiment was cut off. The infantry had already fallen back, and somewhere behind him, the remnants of the Allied force were trying to reach the coast before the Germans sealed every road to the sea. Someone had to hold Stonne. Billotte chose himself. He drove Eure into the village at low speed, alone, without infantry support, without radio contact with command. Inside the narrow stone street, at the 13 Ps KPFW, 3 and PKW 4 tanks waited. The Germans had held Stonne since morning. The math was simple and devastating. 13-1. He fired first. The 47 millimeter gun cracked through the lead tank's hull at under 50 meters. The second tank turned to engage. Billotte swung Eure left, took 3 direct hits on the hull, shells that dented the armor but did not penetrate, and put a round through the second tank's turret ring. Then the third, then the fourth. He drove through the entire length of the village. He did not stop. He did not reverse. When Eure emerged from the far end of Stonne, 2 PKW 4s burned behind him, 11 PKW 3s sat destroyed or disabled in the rubble, and the German blocking force had ceased to exist. The action lasted less than 40 minutes. It cost Billotte 1 crewman wounded and 140 shell strikes absorbed by Eure's armor. Not one German round had penetrated, and the road behind him stayed open long enough for French and British units to slip west. Billotte survived the war. He rose to the rank of general. He never described the engagement as unusual. When asked about Stonne in later years, he noted only that Eure had performed as designed. 13 tanks, 1 crew, 40 minutes that kept a route to the sea alive. That is what it cost. If this story moved you the way it moved us, hit that like button. Subscribe for more forgotten stories from the margins of history. Drop a comment telling us where you're watching from.